So we are so excited. We have been awarded a $500,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts of American Rescue Plan dollars. And these grants are really exciting for our community. In particular, we'll have an individual artist grant and also a racial equity grant. And this is so exciting from the National Endowment for the Arts because it's very rare for a grant of this size to be specifically targeted toward individual artists in a city outside of a nonprofit organization.
What makes you really excited about receiving this money, and what good can it do in the community that you can see?
We were only one of 66 local organizations that received this award nationally, and no others in Utah. So we feel incredibly grateful to be able to pass these dollars through to artists in Salt Lake City and artists across the state, really, for projects in Salt Lake. And so we feel like we've had artists be so hard hit by the pandemic. And we know also that communities, BIPOC communities, and those that we're seeking to further racial justice with have also been disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. So this is going to be an incredible opportunity for artists to further projects across our city that address these things and really help revitalize and uplift our communities again.
You said, that the arts are one of the hardest hit sectors by COVID-19 and the pandemic. Can you talk about how this grant specifically, why that was for artists, and how this grant is specifically going to help address some of that?
Well, our artists in the community, of course, we gather. A lot of our field is about performances and art galleries and music and getting people together in the community. So the pandemic, of course, we were unable to do that. And we saw a lot of artists that, are gig workers and part-time workers, and that gig economy really had some challenges. And it also made it more challenging for artists to get dollars for unemployment in our community. And so things like tourism were greatly impacted, which arts is a huge part of. So this is really about getting artists back to work and providing some support for both what's going to happen in the community that's exciting, but paying fair wages to artists and really reinvigorating our cultural and artistic community and workers.
How can artists participate in the grant, and where would you send them to do that sort of thing?
Yes, so artists can apply at saltlakearts.org in the grants tab. And these grants are going to open up March 1st and close March 29th. And there's a required training session that artists will need to attend online. And we will be having grant dollars anywhere from $500 up to $15,000, depending on the grant category that somebody applies for.